Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a critical topic, keeping your car cool while pushing it to the absolute limit at the racetrack. Overheating can be a real race killer, so I'm here to ensure that doesn't happen to you. I've been doing more and more track days, and one issue that I'm having is my engine is running extremely hot. Not quite overheating though. About 250 degree coolant temps and around 275 degree oil temps. And it's definitely hurting my top speed on the straights. And it also means I can't push flat out for more than 10 minutes at a time before I'm forced to do a cool down lap. I use 1998 through 2002 Camaro LS1 fans. They work extremely well and flow about 3200 CFM. For street cars, these work incredibly well. They're about $100 used and flow obscene amounts of air, but these fans also don't have any bypass flaps, so it doesn't allow enough air to go through the radiator at very high speeds. Before I dive into the radiator fans, I'm going to install a brand new air dam that I got from Hawks. I did this because my original air dam is 31 years old and is very bent. 3rd gen F bodies are bottom breathers, so most of the air comes from underneath the front of the car. The air dam creates a high pressure zone in front of the radiator and a low pressure zone behind the radiator. This facilitates air pulling itself through the radiator. It's not like a scoop that directs air to the radiator like most people think. The air dam is held in by these M6 bolts. It's very easy to swap out. Now I need to get my radiator fans out. This means my cold air intake needs to be removed. Some clamps and a map sensor plug, and the cold air intake is no longer in my way. I mounted my radiator fans with these riv nuts. I have a full video on my channel if you're interested. So here are the Spall fan shroud flaps. These open at high speeds and close when the fans turn on at low speeds. Cut a large hole and 3 tiny holes for the mounts, and that's it. I oriented the fan flaps to see how many of these I could fit in certain areas of the fan shroud. I actually made a cut template to mark these areas out. This will most likely be available on my eBay store very soon. I used a marker and marked up the areas that I'm gonna cut. I drilled 3 110 thousandths holes, which are a little bit less than 1/8 of an inch. I used a tiny cutoff wheel to cut out the big holes for the flaps. Then a carbide bit is used to clean up the hole. Then repeat the process for the amount of flaps that you want to install. In my case, I think I installed about 7 of them. This kind of makes a mess, so be ready for it. Installing the flaps is very easy. Just pull the 3 rubber grommets through the holes, and that's it. After the flaps are installed, I then reinstalled the entire fan shroud combo. There are 3 bolts that bolt it to the radiator, and then 1 plug for the radiator fans. My cold air intake is then reinstalled. As you can see, at higher speeds, the flaps open up completely, bypassing the fan shroud. This allows air to freely flow through the radiator. At slow speeds, or dead stop, the vacuum from the fans turning on closes the flaps and results in maximum cooling. The combination of these flaps and my new air dam made a huge difference with the cooling at the track. The engine is running way cooler and now pulls past 130 miles an hour. This is most likely due to the engine making more power when it's not running too hot. It also made a pretty significant difference at the autocross. But the problem isn't 100% solved. My next video will cover installing a 16-inch spall fan that has no fan shroud. This should allow the maximum amount of air to flow through my radiator at high speeds, although it will sacrifice low speed cooling in things like stop and go traffic. If you made it this far, thank you for watching the entire video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram for more updates and modifications to my Camaro.